had a lot of experiences early on, like when I was young, like 18, 19.
Yeah.
That got me into minimalism specifically at first, and then I think that kind of opened the doors to a lot of other things, and pretty much got me interested in like music of like basically from like 1960 to present, and then like kind of back, but you know, it kind of goes back and forth. Yeah, ALP helped me get on my feet in a lot of ways outside of the school. I think the school has its own things that kind of allow you to do it here, and I was getting involved in those over the last 2 years. But ALP kind of allowed me to kind of reach outside of the school, especially with like my internship, which was last summer, where I worked with Bang for their summer festival. Because I had the opportunity to go out there and work with them in New York and work with them at the festival at Massimoka, and like really kind of hone those skills and like do things with them and like really see what's going on in that sense outside of Eastman. Yeah. So Bang is a new music group that started in the late '80s, and they kind of started by doing like a really big, like a new music festival that, or what do they call it exactly? They just do like a big day-long concert that's just like hours and hours and hours of just like music. And it's all different sorts of music from what's considered new, from like the early 20th century through like even to like, you know, current composers in the 21st century. And it's an interesting group because at this point they just celebrated their 25th anniversary, and now they have a record label that releases the music that they're interested in, and they have their own ensemble that performs music that's like written by their own composers or by composers that they've commissioned, and they also produce their own concerts, and they have 3 composers that are like very much involved that started the group. So it's just this very inclusive group that can really pretty much interact in all ways to the community. So the postgraduate internship and the ability to work with Bang for a year was a project that I started mentioning the idea to Kenny, who's the manager of Bang and we had discussed the idea of like, you know, internships are really fun, but they always seem to come in like small chunks, like a month or two, and the problem with a month or two long internship is that you can't get really invested in a project because you're either just coming in at the end of something or you're just seeing the beginning of something, and you don't really get to be there for the full breadth of something, which can take anywhere from 9 months to a year to 2 years. So the idea of like trying to work together for an extended period of time is to really be able to be like, okay, you're the intern, but really you are gonna be responsible for this project from like, here's point A, and like the concert is in, you know, how long or whatever it is, it's this far away, but you are gonna see it through from beginning to end. And I think being able to see a project through all the way through its entire transformation from like an idea to an actual event is something that's going to help a lot in the future for what I want to do, presenting concerts or presenting work in any way.